Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you? And welcome to Foxhole Fridays. I am here. Good. Yes. Although I think I'm a little too tall, but I fixed it. Hi. Hello, everyone. How are you? I am Trooper SJP, and this here is our Foxhole Fridays. So we are doing a thing. We are in the moment. We've just finished season 2 of The Gamblers, our Pirates of Drinax campaign. And I like to have a break in between seasons so that the cast can go and do things on a Friday night, and also so that I can do something different than what I normally do, because I normally do lots of, I want to mix it up some. As it were. And in between last season 1 and 2, what I did was I decided to play a game that I kickstarted that I was really excited about, Ironsworn Starforged, which is right here. Oh, you know what? You don't need to see that. Boop. That'll take care of that right now. I have done a lot on our overlay. Don't even worry about it. So anyhow, this is the book, Ironsworn Starforged, and one of our community members, Josh Meehan, actually did all the art for this. You can get Ironsworn for free. You can get the PDF of it for free. This is the Ironsworn is the one that came out first. It's the fantasy version, and this is the sci-fi version. And it is a game for solo play, for co-op play with no GM or with a GM in small numbers, and it is pretty exciting in my humble opinion. And what we decided, I wanted to play it. I said, let me do this. And hey, Schmelzer. And what we did was decided to play Crash Jones, which is the pulp hero that Wesley liked to read, as did Val, and also Severance. The Harlock grew up in Zodani space and did not read Crash Jones, Space Adventurer. Terrica, I don't think their mom would let them read trashy things. Oh, you know what? We do need an Ironsworn command to give the link. I'm going to write that down. Thank you, Volpez. Thank you. Make Ironsworn command. Thank you. Notes. By the way, I'm taking these notes on our Gambler's Notebook, which is merch that you can get in our merch shop, because we have one, and this notebook makes me happy and gives me lots of joy. Also, please expect there to be some soon, i.e. maybe next week, we will see how everything goes with Gen Con, some Crash Jones merch. I think it's about time for that sort of business right now. Anyhow, but that's not the thing we're talking about right now. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is what we did. Let me get my action bar out there so I can, there we go. Great. Perfect. Okay, good. Crash Jones didn't come out in psychic format, so that's why the Harlock and Zodani didn't get it. It's true. Australia's place, that's what happened. Yeah, go to ironswornrpg.com. That is it. I've got hold on, let me get it for you. I'm gonna get it. Ironsworn RPG. Here we go. Right here. So that's the website. That's not the only website I'm going to share with you, though. But there you can actually get, for free, what can you get? You can get the Ironsworn rulebook, which I have on PDF, a bunch of, resources, and some maps. It's got a lot of stuff in there that I say, can you get all of Delve? You can't get all of Delve, but nonetheless. Thank you, sexiest potato. Thank you very much. So we created Crash Jones, who's very much like a Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon pulp hero. And we started just doing this adventure. And we went through character creation last time. The first adventure we did was Crash Jones and the Drinax Barbarians. And we did that. It was great. We created this whole world. And because it's a good pulp serial, I wanted to come back. The first 2 chapters of Del you think are free. I think so too. It's a good. So you get this like good, and there's also this lovely reference guide, and there is also these great cards, which are also actually dry erase or wet erase. Dry erase. They're one of the erases. I should probably test it so you can like mark them up and then wipe it off. So I thought we should go over what we did so you all know who we are and what's at stake, what's going on. You know what I did not do, but I should have. We're gonna have merch for Crash Jones because we have this amazing poster that I commissioned from Josh of Crash Jones and the Drinax Barbarians. So that's going to be 100% a thing. Some other stuff will be fine. But I suppose we should let's talk together about the universe that we are here together in and who our protagonist is before we go into our first big adventure. Which brings me to our next... you know what? I didn't do the boring stuff. That's fine. Starbeam chocolate milk. To our next sort of element. But I suppose I should say this first. Hey, thank you for being here. I appreciate everyone who's been here, who's watching, who's supporting. You can always give tips and bits, and if you do, I will read out those messages in the chat. I also have a Patreon, which you can be a member of our Patreon. We have a special tier, our special sponsor tier, which is $200, which is enough to pay for one cast of 4 people, not including me, for 1 week. And then people who are sponsors get a special shout out and a special spot in our end credits. So one of the things that I like to do, it's malted Vulpes. Starbeam chocolate milk is not only malted, it's good for your bones. So right now I'm running 2, I've just finished, we had an overlap, we're doing 2 RPGs all at once, and we've expanded the cast for the gamblers. So one of the things I like to do to sort of help give myself a bit of an economic cushion is to have I'd like to do these solo sessions in between, which reduces costs because I can just not pay myself and make sure everybody else gets paid, and it kind of like works things out. So helping out is great, but this is like, I love to do this, but also it's great because it helps me make sure that the rest of the normal cast gets paid, and our artists and all of that. So this is part of that, and one of the reasons why I did it is I wanted to do it, and also, it makes sense. So I said, so I did the tips and bits. I did the Patreon, which is at Academic Foxhole, Patreon Academic Foxhole. You can, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave messages, like and subscribe, and just be here. And okay, good. And I'm Trooper SJP. I'm playing Crash Jones today, Space Adventurer. So I want to tell you about the second webpage, which I just linked, which is Stargazer. And Stargazer is a website created for Ironsworn and Starforged. And one of the things that it does, I want that, is that it creates, it's like a web page where you can sort of keep track of all the things that happen in the game, which, by the way, we're doing. Also, you can download, and this was an idea given to me by, one of y'all were so smart. You can actually download this as a JSON, and I am going to, once I finish cleaning up my notes, I'm going to download the current state as a JSON, and I'm going to give it to the Patrons. I don't do much as Patreon exclusives, but I would like to try to do something that's sort of interesting, and I'm going to sort of download this and put it over there on our Patreon, so that if you want to upload it and sort of run about in the Crash Jones universe, you are welcome to. So this is our our space at the moment. So, everyone double check your patrons and make sure the billing went through a lot of issues last month. Oh, yes, I actually did hear that. I heard there's a whole bunch of strange billing issues. Yeah, so check it out. So, Crash Jones, if you want to know who Crash Jones is, I wonder if I can, while we're here, you know what? Let me see if I can. I might be able to. Let's see. I'm looking for not chat window, window capture. Yes, I'm looking for a piece of art that I want to share with you. Actually, I don't even have to do that. I can just put it all over my face. Hold on. It's easy peasy, right? There we go. Let me come here. And I'm going to show you a piece of art while we're talking. So, while we're speaking, Crash of the 2 health kind of hurt. Yeah, I did not reset his stats from the last time because I thought that would be cheating. But, so I didn't. Because I thought that would be cheating. We'll just have to sort of get healthy is, I think, what we're going to have to do because he's coming into this a little bit injured. I'm looking for my art. Going solo, Starforged, Josh, Crash Jones poster. Yes, so I just want this. Is this what I want? No, that's not it. Hold on. I need this in this format, I think. Yes. Great. But let me export that as a JPEG so that it won't be 1,000 megabytes. Yes. Okay. So Crash Jones is a sort of, I should back up. This is a serial in the Traveler universe, but it's fictional. So these are the fictional stories, and this sort of represents the sort of like a, you know, a kind of pulpy 30s, 40s pulpy sort of story that exists in the Traveler universe, wherein there's a little bit of, what would you call it, propaganda that certainly is happening. It's fiction within the fiction, yes. And because it's fiction within a fiction, it has its own things going on. Although I suppose what's really interesting to me, here we go. You can't see me, but give me a second. What I think is super interesting about the thing is that as we were playing, all these really interesting parallels and like resonances, I'm talking, but don't worry about it, started happening between this show and the Gamblers. So these kind of really interesting things that crossed over and have their own weird impacts in their own way. So Crash Jones, well, some of this stuff I can probably tell you in a weird voice, but some of the stuff I probably should tell you just in my own voice. Did Crash Jones find out he's also a clone of a 10,000-year-old war criminal? No, but he's probably 10,000 years old, in the sense that he's from World War II. Here we go. This is the art that we're going to get made into poster realm right here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boom. Ha ha ha. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some things, and then I'll tell you some other things with a megaphone. So yeah, he's a Buck Rogers sort of character, right? So our Crash Jones, was a Tuskegee Airman during World War II. Before he joined the military, he was a quarterback and golfer, all-American, good all-around fellow from Harlem. And he joined World War II. He was a pilot. And somewhere near the end of the war, right around the time when Oppenheimer did his thing, Crash Jones was chasing an unidentified flying object, what we would now call a Foo Fighter. around the Bermuda Triangle. And when the nuclear testing went off, at that moment, strange portals opened up all over the place, and Crash Jones chased this Foo Fighter through this strange portal. And when he went through the portal, I'm ready, by the way. When he went through the portal, he found himself frozen in time. When he finally awoke from the suspended animation that kept him, asleep, frozen, he found himself on a small planetoid in the middle of a place he had no idea where it was. His trusty P-51 crashed beside him. This planetoid, almost barely, mostly sort of when he upped his Heimer, mostly it was a starship graveyard, and there were spaceships everywhere. He found a spaceship still in perfect and pristine order. This spaceship, little did he know, was actually an old Villani spaceship, so maybe like 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old, something like this. And he got upon this spaceship, which he called Francine after his mother, who made a mean strawberry rhubarb pie. Oh, speaking of which, I still want to get my pilot scarf. I need to write that down. On this ship, there's an AI called June, and June helped Crash Jones learn how to fly this new spacecraft. The ship and Crash Jones took off to leave this planetoid to find out what there is. Little did they know that this planetoid was not just a starship graveyard. It was more like the Hotel California, in that you could check in, but you couldn't check out. Ships could land on this ancient, strange, mysterious planetoid, but when they tried to leave, the planetoid's ancient defense systems would, more like offense systems, to be honest, but let's be fair, revved up and attacked the ship. Crash Jones, although he had never flown a spaceship before, was an ace pilot, and he was able to escape in the ship Francine. This planetoid was Sakar and owned by the Grandmaster, perhaps? The ship was injured and damaged on the escape, but he was able to make it out into the wilds of space. And what did he learn? What he learned was that he was parsecs, years away from home, old Earth, and that it was thousands and thousands of years in the future. But humans have made their way to this place. He doesn't quite know how they found their way to this place, or what happened, but they don't remember him, or even his own time period. He is in a place called the Trojan Reaches, a wild place with warlords and far-flung and isolated human colonies, and on every side, the disorganized people of the Trojan Reaches are beset by enemies, specifically the Aslan Hyarit on one side, but also the mysterious Zodani with their psionic powers who mean to invade and undermine. Enemies everywhere. There's only June. I wonder, Vulpes, it's a good question. It's a good question. Maybe indeed June might be related to some other AI. Anyhow, yes, there is one shining light in the universe, and that is the Third Imperium. They who are honorable, but they themselves have not yet seen or taken notice of the people of the Trojan Reaches. If only the Trojan Reaches could unify and become something larger, then they could prove themselves to be a good ally to the Third Imperium, who would then, I'm sure, embrace them in their motherly, warm arms. So our dear Crash Jones has made a few vows. This system is, after all, Ironsworn, and Ironsworn is a system that is based on making vows, that you as an adventurer, you make deep vows that are very serious and important, and you make them on something that's sort of important within the universe, sort of iron, usually. Now, our Crash Jones in our universe, Shining Light, wasn't wait, isn't Crash Jones a Solomani product? Actually, Australis, Crash Jones is an Imperial product. That's the thing. Crash Jones is not actually a Silmani product, which is, I'm sure the Silmani hate that actually about it, because it's all about somebody from Old Terra who thinks the Imperial is great and will protect them. Yeah, no, it's made by the Imperium. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, good old Imperium. And it's massive propaganda. So good. Oh, speaking of which, we're gonna have to go and talk to um Quint about Crash Jones and the imperial propaganda that this serial is. Good. Love it. Anyhow, um, so you have to take on these vows, and as a character, you take on some like very serious, super like epic, long vows that will take who knows how long, and then also shorter vows for each adventure, etc. And these sort of um, massive, important vows. We have one. I suppose I'll come bring us over here first, though, because it is, after all, important. Those of you who haven't been here last time, I want you to know it. When you create a character in this system, oh, I will sadly take off this poster for the moment. You create some truths, right, about the universe that you live in. And our truths involve that there was this great cataclysm. The Terrans escaped the ravages of a catastrophic war much later after Crash. Hello, Shinobi. How are you? It has been a long time after Crash left the 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 system. There was a by the way, some of these things just get really weird. There was like a tyrannical leader. So this is millennial old tyrannical leader called the Grandfather, who was this terrible warlord that dominated over this space, right? And made massive wars in this area. And because of this, a number of Terrans had to escape this area, and they made their way here for a new start after this terrible destruction by this millennial old warlord named the Grandfather. Don't even ask me. That's what we wrote down. And then, of course, in this exodus, we made our way here to the Trojan Reaches. There's a bit of a mystery, though. One of the mysteries is, how did the Terrans find this place? Did they track somehow Crash Jones's sort of like ship? Crash Jones is on a search to try to find out how the Terrans got from there to here, and what happened. What happened? He wants to know what happened to the people of his time. We know in terms of communities that very few people survived the journey to the Reach from Terra, and they're all completely scattered to the winds in the perilous Trojan Reaches. And the settlements are small, starved for resources, and on the brink of ruin. There are these lost settlements and isolated. It's very untamed, it's very Wild West. And of course, threats on all sides. And the Ironsworn, they swear their oaths to iron blades. Does Grandfather equal Marrymore? There are a lot of weird things that happen when we roll oracles, Yes, a lot of weird things happened. And so these iron blades are used to swear. Now, Crash Jones had a quest that was the quest for the last adventure, which he did not actually complete, which is going to lead us to a new adventure today. By the way, had to create a new account, password issues. Oh, I get that, Shinobi. I get that. He does not have an iron blade, so he is not an Ironsworn knight just yet. Now, his special space goggles are made of iron, so he swears on his goggles at the moment, but he wants to get a sword, which he was not able to do. I feel at some point the writers for Crash Jones got a vision for a certain division of Third Imperium intelligence. I think so, perhaps also. So when you swear a vow upon your sword, you bind your commitment to the metal, right? It's a very important thing when you swear. And if you forsake a vow, the iron that you swore on must be abandoned, right? So this is like really a big deal. He does not yet have a sword because we're in the beginning of his journeys. When it comes to laws, it's a pretty lawless frontier. There are lots of criminal factions and corrupt leaders, and they hold sway. Power rises and falls. It's all very anarchic. So everyone has to fend for themselves. There are a couple of communities that are bastions of successful autonomy, but there's a lot of like despots. And of course, there is, we'll tell you later. We don't yet know too much about, we have not yet determined too much about religion yet. When it comes to magic, there are psionic powers, but we all know that's bad. We all know that only evil Zodani have psionic powers, and they're bad. So, there you go. We have to defeat them, our enemies. Information is just like it is in our travel universe, where you have to we rely on spaceport couriers to transport messages across the settlements. Direct communication is not so easy, right? So not everything's always up to date. You're getting kind of a traveler vibe here. Medicine, there were these really great advanced technologies, but a lot of that was lost during the Exodus. Healers are rare and ill-equipped. Many people have died to sickness, injury, and disease. It's a hard life in the Reach. And the only ways you can get reliable, advanced medical care is to go to one of the space stations run by GDCO, the altruistic good guys who have all of the technology, and they themselves are happy to help out anyone who needs help. Good old GDCO, the General Development Corporation, and the space stations they run in the Reach. In the Reach, it's hard and difficult, but our friends at GDCO are here for you. Just by the way, Crash Jones, the Crash Jones serial, is a GDCO Entertainment production, just in case you were wondering. Speaking of Ancients, Trooper, Mystery of the Ancients should come out this month. Oh, Australis, I'm just waiting, because it's the prequel to Secrets of the Ancients, and I need it, and I'm just waiting for it to come out so that I can have it. It's an Amazon, no, not an Amazon company, a GDCO company. It's totally different. GDtainment, it's totally different. There is artificial intelligence. They're in our ships, our bots, other systems, right? When it comes to war, mostly there are lots of mercenary companies, that's right. And everybody's sort of on their own a little bit. Life forms, we know that life here was engineered by the ancients. Ancient entities lost to time, but their influence lingers in all the edges of the universe. We don't know. We think they are the architects of all life within the charted space. Are any still alive? Have they left traps or gifts? What are there secrets to be discovered that might help us all, or perhaps doom us all? Philpez asks, what is war good for? Huh, absolutely nothing. Say it again. Precursors. The ancients are our precursors. They were an advanced spacefaring empire. They once ruled the entirety of the Reach, and indeed entirety of all of known space. And sometimes these mysterious vaults show up for unknown purposes that remain, and these are the only things that remain to mark the ancients. But these places are untethered from our own reality, and they can just appear spontaneously and washed up like flotsam and jetsam in the tides of time. And their gravity and atmosphere pay no heed to natural laws, and some are corrupted and ruined, others are unmarred and intact, some are both at once. They are chaos, but that, of course, is where all your answers may come from. And when it comes to the idea of horrors, there we go. Old spacefarers might tell you stories of psionic kraken that fly through space. But that sort of thing is nonsense. Or is it? So that is sort of like the world that we live in. And we have created our character, Crash Jones. And when we create your character, your character is made mostly out of good assets. They kind of define who you are. And Crash Jones is our, by the way, this is going to be going on to, this JSON is going to go on to the Patreon. So good old Crash Jones. We have 5 statistics, attributes: heart, edge, iron, shadow, and wits. You have 1 3, 2 2s, and 2 1s. And our Crash Jones has his best stat in heart, because he's that kind of guy. Edge and iron. Edge is good for piloting. Iron's he's a bit beefy. Shadow's being stealthy, which he's not that great at, and Wit's also not that great at because he's a bit trusting. In this game, there are things that are important. You've got your health, your spirit, your supply. These are sort of like hit point pools of different sorts. It bemuses me that under Trooper SJSV, viewers also watch a section of the Twitch panel. There's 5 streamers, all playing Baldur's Gate 3. Well, that's, I suppose, a different moment. Our health is down to 2. We're quite injured still. Our spirit's okay. Our supplies, meh. In this game, we also have momentum, which is great. Momentum, if you can build it up high enough, you can use that. You can burn it to sort of pass a roll because it can be hard. Yeah, by the way, we're going to take off our gear notes. So when you create, and this is important because this is relevant for what we did in between. When you create your character, you get assets. Oh, let me come here. You can see it there. And these assets sort of define who you are. And we started off with 4 assets. Our first asset is that we are an ace pilot, which you can see right over here. I'm going to just note this so that we don't forget it. But when you face danger or react under fire, by guiding your vehicle through a hazard or out of harm's way, then you get to add a +1 to your roll, and you get to take a +1 momentum on a hit, which I think is pretty good. Now, each asset has 3 different abilities to it. We start off with the first one. So we are an ace pilot. I'm saying this out loud so I don't forget, because I will forget that I have a bonus, right? We also are a vestige, which means we are the last of, as we note here, the World War II Terran ace pilot lost in time and space. It's a hard space knock life. It's so true. We are a vestige of another time and place, and because of that, we get our first ability, which is, you are all that remains of a people, culture, or tradition. When you face death or face desolation, which is what happens when bad things happen to you, visions of your heritage give you the strength to carry on. Envision how this manifests and re-roll any dice. On a strong hit with a match, a surprising new aspect of your heritage is revealed. Take +2 momentum and mark 2 ticks on your Bond's legacy track, which we'll get to. We also we have our starship, Francine, which is an ancient Villani ship. And our first tick says, which you can actually see it there, not so close. Your armed multi-purpose starship is suited for interstellar and atmospheric flight. It can comfortably transport several people, has space for cargo, and can carry and launch support vehicles. When you advance, you may spend experience to equip this vehicle with module assets. So we can trick out our ship, which is great. We have a module asset for our ship, which is June, our AI. June, last name maybe Carter. And it's my AI friend. And this AI module keeps watch over the vehicle's systems and sensor data. When you secure an advantage or gain ground by talking through a situation with the overseer, you may roll integrity. If you do, take +1 momentum on a hit. So these are our 4 assets that we have. You might notice there's a 5th one, and that's what I wanted to talk to you all about. I'm so excited. So we have what we call these legacy tracks, and these legacy tracks are quests, bonds, and discoveries. And whenever you discover things or make more bonds or complete your quests, you get to make ticks on these boxes. And when you fill them in, these take a long time to fill, right? But when you do, you get experience. And we have completed 2 boxes, 2 full boxes on our legacy tracks. One for bonds, because we bonded. I don't want to talk about it. It's very sad. I'll get there. We made 2 good bonds, and then also we made a lot of really great discoveries, which means we have 4 XP. And I want to say, what can you do with your XP? Well, costs 2 boxes to get give ourselves one of the next. Whoop. You can't see. So sad. Well, there are 3 ticks, which you can actually see right there, right? There are 3 ticks. And we could get the next tick for 2, or we could get a new asset for 3. And we're going to get a new asset. We're going to get a new asset. I did not print it out, which I totally should have. What was wrong with me? I should have. That's on me. But I built it into the game itself, so you can add custom assets. We are going to spend 3, 1, 2, 3 to gain a new asset, and that is a companion. And this companion is going to be our Viridian Tiger Emerald. I modeled this off of the Cave Lion asset and I think one other. So we have now with us a Viridian Tiger as one of our as a companion, and you can see in this wonderful poster for the last serial adventure, Crash Jones and the Drinax Barbarians. There is our stalking Drinaxian tiger. So in our world, there are Drinaxian tigers, which are huge. They're like liger size. They're like 10 feet long, and they have got shards of Viridian, the gemstone, that are ridges upon their body that sort of make up a kind of a hide or an armor. And then their teeth are like saber tooth sort of teeth made out of Viridian. And they are, of course, green. And there's emerald. And in our last adventure, Crash Jones, because our last adventure was on Drinax, or a Drinax, befriended after a huge fight Emerald. And Emerald, has saved Crash's life, and we have worked hard to gain as our companion our Viridian Tiger Emerald. And we have the ability Stalker. When you secure an advantage by sending Emerald to scout a place, add a +1 and take 1 momentum on a hit. So those are all of our assets, which is awesome. We've got these journals here. We should make a brand new journal, which we'll call a Library of the Dead. Library of the Dead, Part 1. Because that, my friends, is where we're at. The other thing for those who do not know it yet is challenges. So you make vows, and these vows are sort of important, and they sort of drive all of your story. And our Crash Jones has an epic vow. That is the sort of vow that will probably take years to complete in real life, knowing me. And his epic vow is, find the true and noble lost Sindalian heir who can wield the Viridian blade and help them lead a new empire that will bring peace to the Reaches, that should be a capital R, by defeating the Azenhyrate, the Zerdani Council, and all other nefarious villains. So the big overarching epic goal that Crash Jones is on is to try to find the lost Sindalian heir who will then go and unite the Reaches. And Crash Jones will be the knight for whoever this heir is, and they will... New empire, peace, yay, epic. But we're far from there. So there was a quest that Crash was on that was going to be the quest for the last one, which was he wanted to forge an iron sword. He had heard that there was an artifact on Drinax from his old time, and he wanted to go there to get iron from this old artifact so he could make this sword. And he had to just also get some information for one of his contacts, who we'll talk about in a second. And when he went there, of course, there was a huge aircraft carrier, one of his own aircraft carriers from World War II that was there. Lots of mysteriousness. He was unable to craft the sword. He failed, actually, in his quest. Which means, in the end, he actually needs a special kind of iron. So the iron that he got was not actually... He needs cold iron. So what he needs is he needs to find cold iron. And Millie Belloq, who is his mysterious contact, shady archeologist, happens to know, has some leads on where to find some cold iron that comes from a metallic asteroid from the core of Terra. So his vow from the last session that failed has been reformatted. He must now forge an iron sword from the cold iron that comes from the wreckage of the Terran planetary core. And if he can make this sword, it will make him a true heroic Ironsworn worthy of serving the true Sandalian heir, and is no longer defended by the Drinax Barbarians. It is what? It is its location. Location can only be found in the Library of the Dead. Yeah. So that's where we're going to have to go. So we have to do that. So this is the Library of the Dead because we have to go to the Library of the Dead, wherever that might be, find the star charts to get to where this asteroid is that is made of cold iron from Terra so that we can then forge this blade. So we've got some exploration to do. That said, I suppose I should... Well, so let me bring up the poster. We have some allies. One of our allies is Millie Belloq, who is a shady archaeologist. And she has a... Look, by the way, I'm telling you, I said this before and I did not even tell Lindy about this. And with Lindy, it was like, these are weird things that are not my fault. So, Millie Belloq is our shady archaeologist contact. And she has a cybernetic arm, is what she has. Look, right? And she's this archaeologist. She is shady, mysterious, a little bit femme fatale, a little bit dangerous, very smart. And she tends to know things, right? And because she and Crash have taken up friendship because she is this archaeologist that deals in the ancient people, and Crash Jones is ancient. So they have a lot of interest. He has done favors for her and vice versa. She recently has healed him so that he's not dying like he was recently. The game is just haunted. No, Valtiel, it is haunted. I did an oracle to come up with a name for our big villain, and it's Baron Severinus Winter. Again, I cannot make these things up. So, she wants to know things about the past, the ancients, the old Terrans, how they move things around. She says she wants Crash Jones to receive the mysterious Book of the Damned, which is at the Library of the Dead. And if she gets this Book of the Damned, she will give Crash info on where to find the cold iron, where to find it. No, Lindy is haunted. Could also be that. So, good old, our dear Millie Belloq has requested Crash Jones go to the Library of the Library of the Dead, to get the Book of the Damned. And with that, she will have the Book of the Damned, which she really wants, but also she can give him the star coordinates for this asteroid. So that is one formidable vow he's taken on. The other, if you notice here, so we have on our, you can't see my cursor. Well, this way. All right, so, so there, right, over there is Emerald, and over there in the blue-black is our Millie Belloq. Up right next to Crash Jones, other direction, over there, fighting with Crash Jones is Dreadliege Dalton. Dreadliege Dalton is the leader of the Drinax Barbarians, but also, it turns out, mysteriously a noble from another planet, from the Empire. And Dreadliege Dalton and Crash got into a big fight. There was huge stuff, but turns out there were evil bad guys that sort of set them up against each other. Specifically, the evil Baron Severinus Winter. They have become fast friends and allies. They helped each other out. They went through their whole big adventures in the jungles of Drinax. Dreadliege Dalton lost their command of the Drinax Barbarians, which is terrible, because they were betrayed by their second in command, their lieutenant. These things happened. Nonetheless, the important part is that Dreadliege Dalton was kidnapped by the evil Baron Severinus Winter So this is a vow that Crash has taken to rescue Dreadliege Dalton from the clutches of Baron Severinus Winter. We don't know when that will happen, but that is one of Crash's vows. And then also Crash made a vow to Dreadliege Dalton Danvers, to aid them in reclaiming the leadership of the Drinax Barbarians and deposing Blood Raptor Kai. So these are the vows that we walk into coming into the space. That's sort of where we're currently at before we start this moment. And then, of course, the last thing is that we have this lovely sector map where we sort of create all of the sort of people, places, and things that we are involved in. So I believe that is all of the kind of mysterious stuff from before, which means we can start. And they say that this is powered by the apocalypse, but it kind of isn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, I mean, I know what I mean. Oh, you're right. The poster was blocking the sector map. That's terrible. Here, let me get rid of that for you. Boop. There you go. So you can see, right, this is Drinax. We have Drinax, and then we have Clark, Seam. So we've got like our little sector map, and you can put things in there. It's very exciting, actually. I'm very excited by it. So, I took you away, but we're gonna go back. So we have moves. They say it's powered by the apocalypse, but it has a very different feel. So one of the things you do, we have a bunch of moves, and these moves are the things you do to sort of get things kicked off. And we are going to start off with our first move, which is to begin our session. It's our first move. We're going to start it. Check it out. When you begin a significant session or chapter of play, do all of the following. Identify or adjust flag content and set a flag. This is like lines and veils. I don't actually think I have any flags that I need to worry about, so I think we're good. Review or recap what happened last session. Set the scene by envisioning your character's current situation and intent. In addition, you may spotlight a new danger, opportunity, or insight. This can include a scene hidden from your character's perspective. If you do, envision a brief vignette you may roll or choose on the table below for inspiration. Then all players take +1 momentum as you return to play from the viewpoint of your characters. Now, momentum is really important. Super, super important. So, yes, I will certainly be doing that. But we should do this, all official-like, shall we? Welcome to Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead. Speaking of which, I feel like I just triggered more sound than I wanted. Give me a moment. What are you doing right now? What's playing? Oh, Vault 5. That was not my fault. There we go. I did not want Vault 5 in there. There we go. Yes. Welcome, gentle viewers, to the brand new Crash Jones Space Adventurer serial brought to you by GDCO Entertainment, Crash Jones, and the Library of the Dead. Crash Jones, man born out of time, a brave pilot from a long, faraway time and place. The old Terra in the Sol system, lost millennia ago when his primitive airship flew through a mysterious portal and he found himself transported across time and space to the mysterious and wild Trojan Reaches. The Trojan Reaches, populated by poor, desperate, but yet hardy and good-hearted, salt-of-the-earth humans. Without leadership, without friends, preyed upon by pirates, mercenaries, and criminals, but more importantly, preyed upon by the devious, dastardly, and violent Aslan and their psionic, dangerous, mind-controlling Zodoni allies. If only the people of the Reaches, with no resources, with no friends, with nothing, if only they might find a way to come together, if they could only find the lost and prophesied true Sindalian heir, they might be able to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and join hands with the Third Imperium. The Emperor surely would embrace them, and together the new Sindalian Empire and the Third Imperium would be able to save the entire universe from whatever sorts of evil things might be lurking. But as of yet, there is no Sindalian heir found, but that is where our hero, Crash Jones, comes in. Our Crash Jones has sworn to find such heir and bring peace, but there are forces standing against him. The evil Baron Severinus Winter, Zodoni Mastermind, is somewhere in the Reaches and has kidnapped his good pal and chum, Dread Liege Dalton Danvers. Our Crash has sworn to save Dread Liege Danvers, but at the moment there are more pressing things at hand. Crash Jones can never be a true knight and hero without an iron sword, and Crash Jones needs an iron sword made out of cold iron. Cold iron from Terra itself. Crash Jones's ally, the beautiful and dangerous Millie Belloq, knows where to find some cold iron, but has requested from Crash Jones the Book of the Damned, only to be found in the mysterious Library of the Dead. In exchange for that book, Millie Belloq will tell him, guide him to how to find said cold iron asteroid. It's actually, Krellin, it's Severinus, Baron Severinus Winter, and I would like to point out that I rolled for the name, and Severinus was the name that the dice chose itself, which I think is fairly weird. So yes, indeed, the dice are telling weird connections between all of this, connections that I don't even know what to say about. That said, the evil Zodani Baron Severinus Winter has kidnapped Dread Liege Dalton Danvers, the Drinaxian Barbarian Liege. That will have to be taken care of perhaps a bit later. Right now, our Crash Jones, on his ship, trusty Sindalian ship, Francine, is no longer alone. He used to travel mostly with June, his AI companion, but now, stalking the hallways of Francine is Emerald, the fearsome Drinaxian Tiger. Viridian Tiger from Drinax. Fast companion. Good old Crash Jones is never seen without his tiger companion. There's also one other thing that our good old Crash Jones has never seen without, and that is Starbeam chocolate milk. It's malted, and it's good for your bones. Crash Jones always drinks Starbeam chocolate milk, and so should you. Yes, so when we start, Crash Jones is aboard Francine, trying to find the Library of the Dead. However, why don't we find out what else is happening in the universe by rolling our let's roll to begin a session, shall we? And find out what we have. external factors create a new danger, urgency, or importance for a quest. Ooh, hi Josh, how are you? I was showing them your poster because we're gonna unveil all sorts of good stuff next week. Ooh, okay, well, we just, I will note that we do get to add momentum. Asteroids are excellent. Let me, since we're here, let me add to our momentum. We should have a momentum of, will this work? We want a momentum of 6. We have a momentum of 6, everyone. Let's have it, because we took the momentum, because we really, really need it. There we go. So external factors create new danger, urgency, or importance per quest. Asteroids, absolutely. So, wait a minute. We're in. I just got the June Carter reference. Hey, you know. Some of these things I do on purpose. Some of these things the dice do for me. Let's have a. Let's be in outer space. Why don't we? Yes. Let's be in outer space. Now that I've sowed chaos, I'm gonna go feed the kitties. Please do. We find our hero, Crash Jones, space adventurer, behind the controls, the pilot seat of Francine, the Sindalian ship. Crash Jones is in the middle of space, trying to locate the Library of the Dead. But this space travel is a lot less routine than he would have thought. As Crash Jones looks to the left, immediately there is June, the AI. A holographic self crops up and says, "Well, I'm sorry, Crash. I hate to tell you this, but we've got asteroids. And they're on the move." Alerts blare left and right, and indeed, there is an asteroid storm. You thought asteroids just sort of sit about in space, didn't you? No. Sometimes, when traveling through space, you come across the dreaded asteroid storm. A swarm of asteroids moving through space, swirling like a hurricane, like a typhoon, like a cyclone, but a cyclone made of asteroids. This sort of a thing. You have to get through it, but it takes only the best sort of pilot to get through such a dangerous, dangerous thing. Will our Crash Jones, already injured from his adventures last time, be able to make it through this asteroid ship? Francine herself is also injured. Will our heroes be able to survive, to get through, to find the Library of the Dead? Well, drink your Starbeam chocolate milk and we'll find out. We need to make some stuff. We're in trouble. We got some asteroids. You're good. You finished your productive day of art. Nice. I'm very happy to see Crash on a new adventure as well. So, we're in a bit of a pickle. We need to work some things out, is what we need to do. We need to set ourselves up for excitement. We're in trouble, but it's fine. It's okay. We need to figure out what we're doing right now. I think we're in probably we have probably a couple of challenges going on for us at the moment. I think that we are setting a course, right? I think, no, that's not the one. I think we're undertaking an expedition because we have to find the Library of the Dead. Book 'em, troop. They're Empire Strikes Back asteroids. Yes, Australia's place, that's correct. They're Empire Strikes Back asteroids, not actual asteroids. Actual asteroids exist like with certain kinds of physics, and we're not in those, not those kinds of asteroids. We're in the other kinds of asteroids. So we need to go, and I think we're in a couple of things right now. We are trying to find the Library of the Dead, which is going to be in space somewhere. So I think this is probably going to be an undertake the expedition, I bet. Let's see. When you trailblaze a route through perilous space, journey over hazardous terrain, or survey a mysterious site, give the expedition a name and rank. Then, for each segment of the expedition, envision your approach. Okay, so this is the foundational thing we have to do, which is for a trailblazing expedition, which I think is what we're doing. Make this move when you initially set off on a journey or delve into the unknown, whether you are in your starship, controlling a support vehicle, traveling on foot, etc. So, absolutely, we are our first. This is what we're doing. We are. This is where we're at. So, if you're instead making a journey through perilous known territory, which we're not, or such as flying a mapped route, nope, that's setting a course. So, to begin an expedition, which is what we're doing, we're undertaking an expedition. I'm happy for this. We need to give it a name, then set the challenge using the standard ranks: troublesome, dangerous, formidable, extreme, or epic. Choose a rank appropriate to the fictional circumstances, the distance or scope, the region, environment, threats, and your readiness. You should also consider the expedition's importance to your story. If you want to move quicker to your destination, give it a lower rank. If the expedition represents an important aspect of the story, or you want to create space for encounters, events, and side quests, give it a higher rank. When you finish the expedition, you gain rewards. Okay, so 4 gifts not found. What? I love it. That's good. So here we go. That's what we have to do. Let's come here for a moment so you can see what I'm about to do. We're going to set up a challenge for ourselves, and I think the challenge is going to be it's progress. This is going to be the expedition, and it will be find the Library of the Dead. That is the first thing we have to do. We have to find it. I think that this is probably a formidable challenge. I think that this is actually not easy to do, to find the Library of the Dead, because I feel like it's hidden and mysterious, right? I feel like the Library of the Dead is probably one of those things that is slightly mythic, that nobody quite knows. Is it an expedition to the Barrier Peaks? Ooh, maybe Antarctica. So I think this is formidable. Yes. Yeah. So this is how I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that the Library of the Dead is some kind of ancient site that is somewhere, and people don't even quite really know where it is. They know it's probably in the Trojan Reaches somewhere, but exactly where is unknown. And I feel like that's probably formidable. Troublesome. Let's see. I believe there was a thing about, so here's the thing. Normally they say that you should go easy on yourself, but we're not going to necessarily do that. We're going to, we're going to be hard on ourselves. Yeah. So I think they say that 2, dangerous is a good place to start. But we're gonna make this formidable. I think this is actually gonna be really hard to get there. I think that's like part of the trickinesses. So let's see. So basically, the harder it is, the more steps, the more difficult, the more time. So troublesome is used for simple challenges, which I don't think this is. Dangerous is typical. Formidable is an intimidating challenge. I'm gonna glaze myself later. Epic and extreme challenges require great effort and luck to overcome. So, when choosing a challenge rank, you should also consider how well your character is positioned. I mean, having it in a region called the Barrier Peaks would be appropriate. There's, after all, a crashed spaceship that in that classic D&D module. That is actually true. Because D&D back in the day was weird in a good way. If circumstances give you an unusual advantage or disadvantage, nudge the rank up or down appropriately. So, for example, if you enter the fray weaponless and facing armed foes, you would raise the rank of your objective to reflect that difficulty. If you secure the aid of a local scout before you undertake the expedition, you could lower the rank on the journey to represent their help. So, here's something that's really interesting. I think this is a formidable challenge. I think that one could theoretically increase the difficulty, but because there are a lot of things going against us, but I don't think we have to. I think we can keep it formidable. I also think, what's this? Oop, oh, notes, sweet. The big question is, we're going to see a lot of stuff on the way, and technically you can roll to end the journey anytime. Yeah, so I think that's good. Also, the question is Millie Belloq with us? This is the question. Did Millie come with us? I think she did. I think Millie is on the ship with us. So I think that Millie Belloq is on the ship with us because she wants... she did, but she's got an ulterior motive. Yep, she does. Roll for contract negotiations. Yeah, I think that she's on there with us because, you know, she wants to be helpful. So she's going to be there with us. So we have got some problems happening, and that we've got an asteroid field. Let me move this here and grab this. So, okay, we've got this formidable challenge. It's our expedition to find the Library of the Dead. We've got it all set up. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And we have to decide how we're going to deal with this. The thing is, I think we're in trouble. Our success is Millie's success. Yep. Was she worried enough about the space the shape Crash was in, and would he make it? Yeah, sure. She's worried about him. Absolutely. That's what that's about. We already have a vow, which is to get the Book of the Dead. That's her vow. I feel like because of what happened, we're facing danger, right? I think this is a thing. I think we're facing danger. Is this right? When we're on an expedition, you might have to confront chaos. No, no. Undertake a journey moves. Technically, where you have a vow and a vow. So you're like undertake a journey moves. Let's see. Enter the fray. That's combat. That's suffering. recovering thresholds, legacies, fate, scenes, exploration, connections, quests, adventures. Our moves under exploration involve undertake an expedition, which I think we have to do right now. Explore a waypoint, make a discovery, confront chaos, finish an expedition, and set a course. So, all right, I guess we're at the dangerous asteroids, right? The dangerous asteroids. So I think we start in trouble. I think we have to start with confronting chaos. We didn't roll badly, but that's part of our thing, that we've got these asteroids. So I think that we have to confront chaos just as a get-go. That's can we just be mean to ourselves that way and just do that? If you're avoiding the asteroids, then yeah, that is face danger. Yes. Yeah, I think it's face danger. I think we have to face some danger here, is what we have. We're just in it. Okay, so. Yeah, we're just gonna face danger. That's it. We're facing danger. So, Crash Jones in the pilot seat, Millie Belloq in the co-pilot seat, Emerald stalking the hallways, June, all bonus from the Ace asset. I think this will be, yes, we will get a bonus for this, absolutely. And one of the things I'm thinking about, right, is that we are just starting in media res. We didn't have time to prepare. But we have both our starship. We're a vestige. Okay. We have to face danger first. When you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat, envision your action and roll. If you act with speed, mobility, or agility, roll edge. With resolve, command, or sociability, roll heart. Strength, endurance, or aggression, roll iron. Deception, stealth, or trickery, shadow. Expertise, focus, or observation, wits. Okay. I feel like this is gonna be speed. It's gonna be speed. So, Francine flies. The ship flies, and out of nowhere, they're in the midst of an asteroid swarm. The alarm blares. There's danger everywhere. Crash Jones, however, with nerves of steel, pays close attention to the trajectory of the asteroid swarm, moving quickly, left, right, swerving. The ship shakes desperately. But our Crash Jones has fought in what he called World War II. Crash Jones has no fear. I believe this is going to be edge. I believe this is going to be some facing danger using edge. So, how this works is, okay. I'm going to roll edge, and I have a little roll bar that you can see. I made it for you. Just one world fighting war. How dangerous could that have been? I know it couldn't be dangerous at all. So we're going to be rolling edge. Because he's got an edge of 2. Okay. We do get a +1. So we're going to add a +1 to our roll. Golly gee whiz. Okay, I'm gonna roll it. I rolled a 2. So you roll a d6, you add your attribute, which in this case is a 2, and then whatever bonuses you have, in this case it's a 1. So I rolled a 5. And then you roll 2 d10s, and those are your challenge dice. And if you beat it, if you beat none of them, that's a fail. If you beat 1, it's a weak hit. If you beat both, it's a strong hit. I have 6 momentum, which I could burn to just make it a full success. I could do that. You are seeing my rolls, Rissa. It's the little bar that's right up there. Where did it go? Oh, I know what happened. Yeah. I see you. I see you. I see you. You do not see the result, is what it is. Hold on. But the result is not visible. So let me make sure you have it. Oop. There it is. It's being revealed as we speak. There. No. Yep. Almost. And there. Where are you? Roll base box. And I just need to do this. Where am I going to put you? I'll put you over here. There you go. Got it. It's a weak hit. Okay, so here's the question. I think we burn momentum. That's what I think we do. I think we burn momentum. Because if with a weak hit we succeed, but we have to make a suffer move, and that makes me nervous. You know what? We'll get momentum back. Right? Yes. We're gonna burn all our momentum, everybody. Hit that button, burn it. We get a strong hit. I do not want to experience beige, but I'll give you the bonuses in a second. As one large asteroid flies out of nowhere, coming straight towards the ship, Millie shouts, "Crash, over there! An asteroid!" Crash spins around in this pilot's chair, and look, there, one of the largest asteroids ever seen, is hurtling towards the ship. But with nerves of steel, Crash Jones was, "I got it!" Crash Jones expertly weaves Francine, his starcraft, through this asteroid swarm, this asteroid cyclone. One asteroid almost hits the wings, but is able to twist and turn at the last possible second. And in a way that only an expert pilot could do, Crash Jones makes it through the asteroid swarm. I will note, because we had a strong hit, we get to take 1 momentum, which brings our momentum up to 3. But because we are an ace pilot, whenever we face danger, we also get to take a momentum on a hit for that as well. So we're back to 4 momentum. I was very concerned, but we are able to. We are good in. We are good in space. Look at my data. Hello, momentum. Sometimes the momentum doesn't reset. I know we're at 4. Real pilots that travel the universe. Asteroid fields don't work that way. I mean, that's fair. But when it's fiction in fiction, it's okay. As they pass by the asteroid field and through it into the quiet and serene reaches of the darkest of space, they do not notice, because it's part of our thing, that the asteroids, cycloning away strangely, change direction and begin to cyclone another way, as if the asteroids themselves might have some volition of their own. That's our beginning opener, everybody. Yeah, so, well. We're going to have to start our expedition. They're flying through space. We're undertaking an expedition to find the Library of the Dead. If we can either move the speed, which is edge, being under the radar, which is shadow, or being vigilant, which is witch, and it's absolutely edge because, Crash Jones is, yes. So let's think about this. We are trying to find the Library of the Dead. Crash Jones, after that trouble has passed, Crash Jones breathes deeply. That was a close one. I know, Crash, says Millie Belloq, but you made it through. Nonetheless, I don't think we have time to tarry. We have to make it to the Library of the Dead. We have to find out where it is. Well, Millie, why such a rush to get to the Library of the Dead? It's practically mythical. I mean, I can't imagine anyone knows where to find it or even thinks it's real. I have my own reasons to rush. I want to try to... We have to save Dalton Danvers. We can't let them sit in some dungeon run by Baron Severinus Winter. So I also have a desire to rush, but why do you? Well, Crash, you see, I know that it's lost and no one knows where it is, but it is Baron Severinus Winter that makes me worried. If he's captured Dread Liege Danvers, he's got to have a reason, and that reason most likely has something to do with you. And why would he care about you? Why was he looking for Viridian on that planet Drinax? I don't know, but I suspect he's going to want something at the Library of the Dead as well. And so we don't have any time to waste, Crash. Golly, I suppose you're right. Well, let's go. And with that, Crash engages the thrusters on the ship and says, June, we're gonna find the Library of the Damned. Let's go. And off they go into the depths of uncharted space. Hey, Stormbender, let's roll edge. Why don't we? Because rolling edge will make me feel better. I don't know if that's true, but it is what it is. We are undertaking an expedition. We're going to try to find our way through space. I do not think... Ooh. Well, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. I think before we do, I think we should try to secure an advantage first. Is what I think. Hey, Stormbender. Because we can't just go willy-nilly, right? I think this is gathering information. Right? I think this is gathering information. He goes, Millie, tell me, this Library of the Dead, what is it? Or do you have any clues on where we could find it? Space is vast, Millie. There's got to be something. We can't just fly out in the middle of nowhere. Do you have any clues or ideas? When you search for clues, conduct an investigation, analyze evidence, or do research, roll wits. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or an action you must take to progress is made clear. On a weak hit, the information provides new insight, but also complicates your quest. Envision what you discover, then take one momentum. On a miss, your investigation unearths a dire threat or reveals an unwelcome truth that undermines your quest, and then you must pay the price. Well, I don't have any bonuses that are going to help me with that. What's the difference? So, secure an advantage. When you assess a situation, make preparations or attempt to gain leverage, envision your action and roll. Okay, so I actually think it's a little bit of both, right? We have to secure an advantage, we have to make preparations and also gather information. So I think we need to roll both. Yeah. Crash is more of a secure an advantage sort. Millie's a bit more of the gather information sort. So Crash is going to secure an advantage. He's going to try to make sure that the ship is ready for some deep space travel. I think that he's going to... this is going to have to be edge. He's securing an advantage with edge because he's trying to sort of chart sort of a... yeah. He's going to try to make sure the ship's ready. That they've got all the supplies they need. He's going to talk it through with June. And, yeah. Okay. June, I know Millie's done research. Could you look through the star charts and tell me what you think? Where could this Library of the Dead be? What do you think, June? We've got to figure out, especially if the Baron Severinus Winters might be on his way there. There's got to be a way for us to maybe find him, if he does, or traces of him. Or maybe get there quicker. Or maybe use his work against us. June, what do you think? What about you, Millie? Come on. There's got to be a way for us to be able to get there faster or better than he does. What do you think? I think we're going to have the wits roll first, the gather information roll, even though that's going to be the worst for us because we're not particularly witsy. But I think we have to do it first because that's really her, right? So we have no gather information bonuses at all. And we're just going to roll it. So that's a miss. It's a miss. We rolled so badly. We rolled a 1. We had no bonuses. And this is terrible. Okay. Okay. We have to pay the price. That's what we have to do. We have to pay the price. That's it. That's our life. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna pay the price here. Let's just go and look at the pay the price move. It's right there. When you suffer the outcome of an action, hey Prax, choose one. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Ask the Oracle for inspiration. Roll the table below. I feel like I have an idea of what would be the most obvious negative outcome. It's better to pay the piper than to have all the children of Hamlin Stone. I want to roll, but I want, if I don't like it, I'm going to go with what's in my head, right? But let's just roll to see what happens. You create an opportunity for an enemy. I like that. Okay. Yeah. I think that's really good. Yep. We create an opportunity for an enemy. Okay. Okay. So, Crash says, so, Millie, do you have any idea, at least, where we should head? She says, well, Crash, there has been ancient tablets that I have translated recently that speaks about two twin red stars in the face of a mountain. I think the mountain itself is probably metaphorical, but there are a couple of systems with twin red stars, and I think we should maybe head towards those, especially one that doesn't have any known trade routes. If there were trade routes, then surely we'd know about the Library of the Dead already. I suspect we have to go trailing. That is probably the best way to go. Okay. Thanks, Millie. You always, you're trustworthy. You're a good pal, and you certainly know your stuff. So, let's head trailward and see if we can find these twin red stars. I'm gonna go and start making some preparation of the ship to make sure that we're spacefaring worthy to go when there's no star charts involved at all. Do you think there's anything else we should do? She thinks about it. She says, yes, I think we should put out some flares. Solar flares. They'll help mark the path. All right, I'll let you do that. I'm gonna go down to the engine room and get ourselves ready. As Crash makes his way down to the engine room to prepare Francine, along with June, for this trip into uncharted space, Millie Belloq presses a few buttons in the main control panels of Francine and sends out 3 or 4 solar flares. Flares can mark the way not only for our heroes, but perhaps also for our villains. We're gonna secure an advantage now. That's what we're gonna do. Because that's what Crash is doing. Look, it looks bad, but we don't know. Maybe it's not bad at all. Let's roll our edge, shall we? Let's roll edge. We're gonna get a bonus because we're chatting with June. Oh, I can roll integrity. Integrity. Hold on. It says here. It says here that when I talk through with June, I can roll integrity on this secure advantage. And if I do, I get a +1 momentum on a hit. So I'm feeling like that's good. I feel that's a good thing. I also feel like integrity, I think, is probably the ship. Right? If we look at our... I think this is integrity on our command vehicle. That is my... I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Which means I get to roll the ship rather than my sad stats. Is that true? Yes. Yep, that's my integrity meter. Okay, so this is good, right? So your vehicles have integrity. That's like their hit points. So we're going to roll integrity. But our integrity is a 5. This is great. This is really good. Okay. We're rolling integrity, everybody, rather than edge, because the ship, it's Francine. And we get a +1 because we've got June helping us, who, by the way, has a guitar. Strum. Whew. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. I don't know about you, but I am feeling good about this. Hey, Hawkeye. A weak hit because we rolled a 10 on one of our challenge die, but that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. A weak hit. On a weak hit, so on a strong hit, you hit a waypoint. Envision the location and mark progress per the rank of the expedition. On a weak hit, get to the waypoint, but the progress costs you, and you have to choose one. Either make a suffer cost on the way there, so make a suffer move at -2, or two suffer moves at -1, or face a peril at the waypoint. We also get to mark progress. Okay. Well, this is tricky. I think we do take +1 momentum, by the way, because we talked this through. All right, everybody, I need your advice. Do we suffer along the route, or do we get trouble when we find our first waypoint? This is my question. What do you think? This is a question. I need your advice. What do you think? We're first waypoint. Oh, okay. Now we're gonna just have to. We have to do a poll now. It's been a great time. Even got to rescue a real damsel in distress, and we needed a ride back. Waypoint. We already had travel problems. All right, it's good. Okay, I got it. We will do. That's good logic. Okay. Crash Jones goes through the ship every inch, followed by Emerald, the Viridian Tiger. You lost 2 of your Star Trip ring pips. Oh no! Are you using pins or magnets? Everything on the ship secured. All of the supplies ready. Scanning the sectors. Crash Jones, Millie Belloq, Emerald, the Viridian Drinax Tiger, make their way off of the normal space lanes and deep into space. Uncharted territory, following the vision of twin red suns. Solar flares. Solar flares are not actual solar flares. They're things you have on your ship, because pulp. Leading the way. Drifting like buoys in space. Where shall they go? And what will they find when they get there? I have something for this, I think. One moment. Give me a second. I have a thing. I think what I need is this. Ah, heroes, go boldly into the dark night of space. Stars twinkling. The ship, Francine, moving smoothly through space. Into the jump bubble they go. Days passed. The brilliant lights of space. Crash Jones, space adventurer, takes a moment to rest. This moment is a moment that is good. We get progress on our route, and when you mark progress based on the difficulty of your challenge, because we do get to mark progress. Our progress is... Oh, what is a formidable? I always forget. I love this music. Give me one moment. I feel like it's like 2 ticks, maybe? Progress. 39. 1 box per progress per formidable. Yep. Formidable is 1 box. Okay. Which means we have to watch it officially. We've got to see it. We've got to see it happen so we feel good about it. Here's our challenge. We get to fill in 1 box in our progress of getting towards the Library of the Dead. The ship flies through space into sort of the jump bubble. And as the ship moves, peaceful, wonderful, beautiful, they can see in the sort of the brilliant blue, iridescent zoom of the jump bubble, the solar flares they'd set out, marking their way. Normally when you're in a jump space bubble, you can't see anything, but solar flares act as beacons, even in jump space. And as they fly, and they know that everything is good, they're pulled out of jump space. The bubble collapses, and they are no longer in jump space. They should not have been pulled out of jump space so early. They had days left to go. But something pulled them out before they could reach their destination. The only thing that could do that would be a gravity well, something large enough like a star or a sun. Something so large that would pull them out of jump space. But it is not a star or a sun that they see before them in this moment. That was not what pulled them out of jump space. Instead, before them is a large metal cube run through with circuits. it is not so huge. It's actually quite small. It's the size of, ooh, I don't know, a large asteroid, which means it must be incredibly dense. And as the ship Francine dwarfed by this large cube, like a, I don't know, like a Korg cube, perhaps, which seems like a block of strange metal. One Dyson sphere, hold the mayo. The sides of it light up as if it was riddled through by circuits. This thing is not inert. There is something awake about this cube. But that, oh, sorry. But I think that's where we take our break. I think we take our break at the waypoint where we see this huge cube that pulled our ship out of jump space. We're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to stretch our legs. I'm going to, I don't know, make a sandwich, I guess. This music, by the way, was composed specially for Starforged, which is really, really cool. It comes from Tabletop Audio, and it was specially made for Ironsworn Starforged because the community is really great. People have done some really neat things. When we get back, we're going to find out what this thing was that brought us, that pulled our heroes out of jump space. We have 5 momentum. We're still kind of injured, got some broken ribs. Our supplies are a little iffy. Spirit's pretty decent. Okay. We're going to do it. Take a break. We'll be back in 10. And, golly, I hope that big, huge, gigantic cube full of strange circuitry ruins isn't bad, right? I mean, I hope not. We'll find out, everybody. I will catch you in 10. Hello, everyone. We're back. We are back. I'm very excited. I have to tell you 2 things that are important. One, there was a move we were supposed to take before we left, but we'll just take it now. It is the take a break move. It's important. The take a break move, when you resolve a progress move or complete an intent scenario, we did a move. Take a few deep breaths, and then take some time to attend to the needs of your body, which we did. Reflect on what just happened, how it made you feel. Then choose one. Move on. Continue the session, which we're going to do. You or an ally may add +1 on the next move, not a progress move, bolstered by your reflection and past, give me a break, past experiences. So, Okay. We're heading in. We've got this big, huge thing there. And thinking about it. So we get a +1 on our next move. Let's just not forget that. That's like a thing that I do not want to forget because it matters. I'm gonna make a note about it. +1. Also, everyone, Millie Belloq is a connection of mine, and she's not a bond yet because we haven't reached bond status. But when I rolled her, it was a strong connection, which means whenever she's helping me out in something related to her role, I get a +1 on that roll, and I get to add +1 momentum on a hit. So let's just remember that she can do that for me because that is great. Let's just not forget it. I feel like, you know. Okay, good. Great. Oh, I feel better. A strong connection, huh? So Millie wants to crash Mr. Jones. I don't know what I've got some questions about her. Is what I'm going to say. That is something I don't know. I don't know. But we are here, and what's really great about Starforged is that it has all of these oracles that help us sort of figure out what we're going to do. Me and Mrs. Jones and me, not the same thing. So let's pull out some oracles. We've got to go and figure out what is near and what is far from us, and we know it's a peril because that is part of what happened in our last time. So I feel like let's get to some of our space oracles. You were also singing it. Nice. All right. We see this sort of like big, strange cube ahead of us, right? That is a thing that we have, something odd. That is what is near. I'm going to just got to make a quick roll because they will do these things for us. Let's see, a space sighting or sector name, stellar objects. Let's just do I already know what our near space sighting is, this huge, massive cube. And then let's see what we have for our far sighting. We have in the distance, okay, this is actually interesting. In the distance, we have a debris field, right? That is a sort of a creature boneyard. By the way, I'm going to show you the map because we're here, right? I think that we are traveling at this moment, and I think we are traveling this way. So I think we are here. We're in that little square is where we're at. And because why wouldn't we be there? I think that's great. Passage. Set to location. To save Oracle generate content, enable search for this cell. That's not ominous. No, not at all, right? So this says location. Oh, sure. There's location here. And I hope I got the right one. Let's go there. Great. Awesome. I believe this is us right here. Great. So we have this debris field, which is our, it says creature boneyard technically. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that's how I feel about it. Just yeah. I'm gonna add that sighting. Yeah. I wonder if these things will just show up because I think that you should be able to just like have things. Oh, I know what I do. I add it like so. Here, so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, you can see what I'm doing. Great. And then I'll just add the notes there. a debris field in the boneyard, and that is far. All the other creatures must be safely inside the cube. Most definitely. So we've got this big cube that's up front, and let's just add another sighting, and we're going to call this second sighting mysterious runed cube. That's what it's called. That's what we found over there. Just right there. Not even worried about it at all. Yeah. Great. Cool. Not even worried. So we've got this, but here's the other thing. We know that we're going to get peril when we arrive here because that was part of the cost we have to pay. So we're going to just roll the Oracle for peril because that's what we got. There's an Oracle that'll give us to us. The peril they have is onboard dispute or inner turmoil causes disruption. Okay. Right. I got it. Welcome back. When last we left, Crash Jones, piloting the Francine, was pulled prematurely out of jump space to face a large and ominous cube, riddled through with circuitry that forms runes. Mysterious, strange, and in the distance, a debris field, a boneyard of ships. Well, how strange. Nonetheless, we should probably get back into jump space to make it to the library of the dead. We can't tarry here. There's too many other important things to do. Millie? Hey, Millie. But when Crash looks to Millie, he sees her staring intently at the large cube. Crash, we've got to explore this thing. We've got to. I don't know. By the way, she's gonna be looking at Crash this way. Crash's gonna be looking this way to her. I don't know about that, Millie. You yourself said that we were in a rush. We had to get to the Library of the Dead and back before it's too late. We've already set out the solar flares, and you said yourself that anybody could follow them. And I don't know if you've noticed, Millie, but there's an entire boneyard of derelict ships just out that way, and we don't know what destroyed those ships. I don't think it's a good idea for us to delay and explore this thing. Crash, I didn't want to leave Paradox Station, but I came along because you've been injured. I nursed you back to health, as a matter of fact, in case you forgot. My whole calling is to explore space, the unknown, to learn new things. This is an unknown new thing. And we have to land on that cube and find out what it is. Or at least scan it. We have to. I don't know. I think it's a bad idea. and I am the captain of this ship. We need to go back into jump space. That cube does not... It seems like something we should maybe look at on our way back. Crash? We are going to that cube. Forgive me, Millie. I respect you a lot, but we aren't. And that's when Millie Belloq does something unexpected. June. With that, the holographic AI companion of Crash Jones flickers into existence. Yes, how can I help you? June, take us to the cube. I don't think you can tell June. And the ship begins to move closer to the cube, despite Captain Crash Jones's desires. What sort of connection did Millie Belloq have with June? How come she can control the AI of Crash's ship? Was it the repairs that Millie Belloq had done? What has she done to the ship? Well, it's too late now. The ship begins to move closer to the cube and to that derelict boneyard. Crashes, shocked, and upset, to say the least. We're going to explore the waypoint, everybody. Oh, I don't even know how I feel about all that. I feel... There are two captains on this ship, or a captain and an admiral, maybe? Perhaps. I have some concerns. We're going to explore this waypoint. We're gonna have to roll wits to explore this. Yeah. I don't know about you, but are you worried? I feel like I am worried. Yeah. So this is let's get some details on this, shall we? Let's say this is pulling up my oracle. And let's get our first outer look, shall we? I don't feel good about this at all. Okay. We're gonna roll. Wits, which is, again, not what Crash is good at. But we do get a +1 because we've got Millie with us, who's making us put Crash in your pocket. Yeah, so let's pull this up and see what we can do. It's wits. We're exploring a waypoint, and I don't think I've got any good things I can do to get around this. Nope, that's paying the price. That's asking an oracle. Nope, changing my fate. Nope. Well, no. Rolling one die, everybody. With a +1. May you have the strength to get through the day no matter what work? Yes. Okay. Strong hit, everybody. Strong hit. We just got a strong hit. We got a strong hit. Strong hit. Strong hit. Okay. I did not think we would, but we did. We did. Okay. 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 All right. So On a strong hit with a match, it's not with a match, you may make a discovery. But we did get a strong hit, so we get to choose one. By the way, because that was Millie with us, we get to add one to our momentum. So we now are at momentum 6 again, by the way. Okay, so we either can find an opportunity, envision a favorable insight, situation, resource, or encounter, then take 2 momentum, or gain progress, mark progress on your expedition per its rank. Ooh, we max it at 10, by the way. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Momentum or progress? We'll take the progress. No. We're going to take the momentum. Yeah, we're going to take the momentum and get a clue at the library. Because I don't know, you didn't see it, but I actually sort of went up here to the derelict to see what the first outer look is. And the first outer look, by the way, is corpses, is the first outer look of this cube. So I feel like what that means is, by the way, mysterious ruined cube. There you go. I think what this means is that as the ship flies closer to this cube, to be able to see it in detail, the runes upon it, once you get closer and closer, you realize there are skeletons fused into the outside of this cube. Skeletons of creatures from a far, far, far time away. Like, and different types of creatures. Some of them look humanoid, some of them don't. Strange aliens. They're odd, and some of them are giant. Some of them are small. There's even a skeleton of a slime. And Millie says, Crash, we're looking for the Library of the Dead. And this is full of death. We have to scan it. Crash is still fuming over Millie taking control of Francine. I don't know, at least maybe we can scan it, but I don't know. There are clues there, Crash. We have to look. Maybe. They put up the scanners. By the way, there's a method for exploring derelicts, and I feel like we can do it. Yeah, I feel like we should, do it. Because that's we have the conflict. So the ship flies in closer. We're going to be taking 2 momentum, by the way, rather than the, what's the word? Progress. It's okay, though. That's what adventure is for. Let's give ourselves, yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, our oracle gives us this sort of, I want is a, yeah, starship derelict. It's called the Arclight. It's cold and dark. A little old dungeon crawl time. When we survey it, right, there are these corpses riddled throughout it. Francine slowly drifts towards the derelict and quietly lands. Scans going out looking for a docking port. I don't know about you, but I feel like this is all bad, right? This is bad. It's fine, I suppose. It's great. Great. I think it's bad, but it's fine. Okay. So this actually is we're setting up a sub challenge, which is to explore the Arclight cube. I feel like this is Is there a method for exploring libraries? There is actually. There is that there this has got they've got you. They've got you. So they land upon the cube. By the way, we have 8 momentum, just in case people want to know. A little nervous. Okay. The ship lands. Connects with an old, ancient docking port. Millie, Crash, head to the airlock, as does Emerald. I'm sorry, girl. I don't know if you can go in there. We don't even know if the oxygen is breathable. You'll have to stay here until we can find out. They put on their breathers. Crash has got his trusty blaster pistol. And down they go. The old doors peeling back slowly. So we need to do some zones here. Okay. Let's do it. I don't know about you, but I'm concerned. Just it's cool. We have to start with access. Okay. Sorry, I'm just nervous. Okay. I rolled a 76. We get to this sort of access point. We open it up. And we come across a catwalk. Right, well, an external airlock. That makes sense. We need a feature. 90? Windows or viewports? As we sort of walk through this area, the access area, we see on the inside that there are portholes viewing out, like rows of eyes into the blackness of space. Scans show that the air's breathable. I can't whistle this way. Crash Jones calls for Emerald, who comes bounding through the airlock. Oh, wait, sorry. I have that. Emerald comes bounding into the strange derelict ship, or whatever this is. On guard, her Viridian gemstone ridges on edge. All right. Let's see what is in this place. This had better be worth it, Millie. I don't like the look of this or the smell of it. Okay, Emerald. Go out there. See what you can find. Go scouting. Emerald, by the way, is a stalker. Oh. And she can, search for things. When I secure an advantage by sending Emerald to scout a place, add 1 and take +1 momentum. So we're going to do that. We're going to have Emerald go and sneak about. That's the one thing I've got right now. Yeah. She's going to go scouting. She's not stealthy. Speed? Yeah. Edge. We'll do it. Edge +1. Oh my gosh, that's a miss. Ooh, no! I mean, we can certainly roll stealth. It's just that it'll be a worse roll. Because it rolls off of my stats. We could do it. It's just that that would have been a 6 rather than a 7. Because my shadow's terrible. Let's see. We're gonna burn our momentum. That's what we're gonna do. Burning the momentum means that this becomes a weak hit, which means we can either... Hold on a second. We don't have to do that, because we had a +1 on our very next roll, which would have brought us up to a weak hit anyway. So actually, we didn't have to burn momentum. We're going to take a +1 on our next move. That's what we can do. As Emerald scouts out the place, sort of moves out there, comes back. Well, let's move forward. We're going to have to explore. Yeah. But we do get a +1. We get a +1. I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm a little... that +1 saves... Oh, no, we're going to just take another +1, because I feel like we're just going to have to do that right now. We're in... not a quest. This is not really adventure. This is more exploration. Okay, so let's roll our. Oh, I will show you. You can see what I'm looking at. Right, that's what we're looking at right now. We're looking at our derelict zones, so we can just sort of check out where we are. We need to. What we need to do is find out what is going to be the most important thing in this place. When we are exploring, right, we need to. Okay, well, I look, I'm nervous. It's freaking me out. I'm afraid we're all gonna die, but might as well, right? Yes. This is a single player. Well, actually, how we roll, I'm playing it single player, but you can also play it. You can also do co-op with no GM, or you can do with a GM. You know, you've got multiple choices. Okay, I'm gonna roll, everybody, to find out what we find. We have to explore this waypoint, is what we have to do. Because that's how it goes. Oh, I forgot. We have to make a. We're creating a brand new challenge. This is the Arclight. So this is going to be. We need a progress. This is going to be our waypoint, and this is the Arclight cube of the dead. I feel like this is not troublesome. It's not formidable. I think it's just dangerous, is what I think. I mean, I think you could probably say that it would be formidable, but we have an archaeologist with us, which I think makes it easier. So I feel like this is just a dangerous challenge for us to sort of get through. So I think that's not too bad. So I suppose this is actually what a secondary expedition is what this is. Waypoint expedition. Because this is the thing. We're getting sidetracked to explore this because of Millie really wanting to do this. So we have to do this, sadly. Let us. We're going through with her. She's a kind of a vigilant type. I think we're going to have to roll wits, which is not our best stat at all. But I think it's a thing that Millie would want. But we get a bonus from her. We also get. We'll take our +1 on this one as we undertake this. So weak hit, not bad, not bad. We get to mark progress based on the rank of this expedition, which is only dangerous, which again, not so bad. I just want you to know that it makes me nervous. So we come in through, right? We come in through this as we come in through the airlock. This is dangerous. We get to mark 2 boxes on our expedition. But we also have to pay a cost. I don't think we get any peril at this opening spot. So I think we have to take a suffer move at a -2. It's going to be one of the things we pay for this. And it's going to be, let's take a suffer move. Our suffer moves are, you can see me good. That's recover, fate, suffer. Lose momentum, endure harm, endure stress, companion takes a hit, sacrifice resources, or withstand damage. Let's do, the French, formidable. I feel like we lose momentum because, after all, we're taking a sidetrack, right? You are delayed or disadvantaged. Suffer 1 momentum for a minor setback, 2 for a serious, 3 for a major. Envision how the price is paid. Apply the cost to a different suffer move. Envision how. Okay, so I think this is a minor setback, so I think we only lose one momentum. I think this is what happens for us, right? That we spend a little bit of extra time trying to get through and open up the airlock. It takes a while to sort of get through it because it's like ancient, what do you call it? Ancient sort of technology. It takes a while to get there, so we lose a little bit of momentum. So we're down to 7 momentum. I think that's not so bad. Although it did say at a -2, but that's a -2 to the roll, right? No, -2 total. So I think we're going to have to take -3 momentum. Well, there you go. So we're down to 6. It's fine. Five. Just take another one off. Okay. So we move forward. We're going to explore the waypoint as we move deeper into the ship. I'm going to roll wits, which again, not what I'm good at all, but that is what we've got. It is our life. Weak hit as we explore this waypoint. So on a weak hit, uncover something interesting, but it's bound up in a peril or reveals an ominous aspect of this place. Envision what you encounter and take a +1 momentum. That's actually gonna bring us to 7 because we've got Millie with us. All right, let's check out where we are. We get our inner first look. Let's see what that looks like, shall we? As we step inside this ship. Hi, derelict. What you got? Unstable energy surges. Oh, that's good. I like that. Unstable energy surges, but also we've got these zones, right, that will tell us what is there. I think we roll. Where do we go? 56. The medical bay. Okay. All right. That's great. We head to the medical bay. As we sort of move through, we come into a large room. And this room, let's roll for it. An 82. We actually have to get part of the first roll dice. 69. Oh, okay, creepy. Prosthetic workshop. Nice. All right. And feature is an 18, which is a blood spatter. Oh, this is great. Okay. So, huge, dark, cold, strange runes. We move deeper into the ship. Crash Jones and Millie Belloq with Emerald moving besides. Move deeper into the ship, staying vigilant. A door. Millie Belloq is able to... Is she picking the lock? Maybe she's just interfacing with her cybernetic arm. The door slides open. You know what? I've got slightly creepier sounds for us right now, and I think we should have them. Let's just have a little bit of this. Yeah. Slides open. Our trio step inside. Inside, they see racks and racks of legs and arms and heads. Looking deeper, it seems as if these are not body parts. These seem to be prosthetics, as if to make cyborgs or androids of some sort. None of these are from living creatures. But if that's so, what are all these ancient blood spatters doing about the room? A shift of electricity. It seems as if just moving about this place causes the entire cube itself to move and react, as if it is itself somehow aware of our trio moving through its space. We get to mark progress on our expedition, by the way. 2, because this is only dangerous. Crash. What do you think this is? I don't know, Millie. This looks like this is gruesome. Whatever this is, it's not good. This is a terrible place. I think we should leave. Crash, we've already come this far, and I imagine there's probably something important here, a clue. A clue to finding the Library of the Dead. If this is not somehow connected to it, I don't know what it is. You have to go deeper. I don't like this. I think we should go. Millie? Because we do uncover something interesting, right? Millie has been interfacing with the computer panels. And in one moment she goes, aha! Crash. Take a look at this. What am I looking at? And on the readout of this computerized thing, there are words, names, places, star maps, more maps. And one of the maps is just a set of lines and coordinates. Line, connection, line, connection, line, connection. As if it's some sort of route. And Millie says, look, that word right there, Kashtaha Fana. That means library in ancient Sindalian. I think this place must in some way be once was some sort of connected to the library, and I think this is going to give us the next step in our journey. But I know there's more here. Can't leave yet. And Millie Belloq just moves forward. She doesn't even wait for Crash Jones to object. Instead, she goes deeper, continuing to explore this strange place. We will explore. Again, more wits, which is not the greatest, but it is what it is, my friends. It's a weak hit. It's a weak hit, but it does give us another momentum. Okay. A 12. Oh. Okay. We get to take another momentum, by the way. So we're at 9. Has Christopher considered increasing his wits? I'm not quite certain what you can do to... I don't know if you can increase your wits. I don't know if you can increase your characteristics. It might be possible, but my goodness. She does speak bocce, by the way. She speaks a lot of languages. She's questionable. Okay. Retinai momentum, by the way. Which is good. Let's see. What is this going to do for us? As she presses forward, she's a shady archaeologist. As she presses forward, with Emerald and Crash falling behind, they move from this strange body shop through a door into a large bay. I rolled, by the way. The answer was emergency or triage, and the feature, autopsied corpses. So it's a large bay, and in this bay, there are beds. Strange medical beds. And on these beds, there are corpses. Strangely preserved, desiccated. They seem, if you touch them, that they would fall into dust. And the corpses are manacled to medical beds. This is awful. What was this place? Millie turns to Crash. A place to find information. Whoever was here was trying to gather knowledge. Look, this is not just torture. This is torture for science. It's terrible. Crash, listen. Whatever this was, someone meant to gather information, and all information goes to the Library of the Dead. This is gruesome. Millie, how could you be so calm about this? These people were tortured, and who knows to what end? Well, we can only find out what end if we keep going. That's the only way. I mean, Crash, you don't want these people to have died in vain, right? We owe it to them to find the next part of the key. And she moves forward, deeper into this strange and large cube. I don't know about you, but I am certainly very concerned about how this is going and what this is going to mean. So I just Budé's like unscrupulous, thoroughly unscrupulous. I also feel like that might be going on. I don't know. I think it's terrible. Okay. We have to explore our waypoint. We can get there. Okay. Let's do it. Oh gosh. I'm a little nervous. Wits, I get that +1 though, because Millie's here. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for Millie, but that's fine. I've heard that rational. I know. I'm just so worried. Okay, let's roll it. I've got the rolls up. Okay. +1. You're gonna go to bed? By the way, did we just roll it? I think we did. We got a weak hit. Okay. We got a weak hit. We did get progress. And we're gonna, we're maxing out our momentum. We're at 10, by the way. I'll roll some dice. Drug locker. With, yeah, okay. Gonna roll one other thing too. Go to sleep, Bude. 22. Okay. Our trio moves deeper into the ship. As they move deeper and deeper, they hear sounds. I rolled for it. Millie Belloq opens the next door, and she finds a long line of shelves with small drawers, locks upon them, some on, some off. Her eyes light up. Crash, this is, a drug locker. Imagine what sorts of things might be here. It could be anything. Sounds. A robot of sorts, a cyborg perhaps, begins to move in the shadows in the back. It looks something like a human, like a being, except it is riddled through with circuitry, flesh, circuits, moving about, and as you can see as our trio watches, it moves as if following a subroutine. Opening drawers, shutting drawers, opening drawers, shutting drawers, taking things out, putting on the counter and back and forth. It doesn't seem to notice them or pay them any mind. And Millie says, this thing, this cyborg, it surely, if we could get, we have to, Millie, we can't just, you got, Millie, we got information on the star charts earlier. We don't need anything else here. Millie looks at Crash, and she says, but we do. There is a more central computer database here, and we have to find it. Just a little bit further. Crash Jones frowns deeply. Displeased, but he follows Millie. Millie is a good pal, and she wouldn't turn him wrong. And so, they go further. More wits, and it's a miss, everyone. It's a miss. So, we have a choice. I can burn momentum. And if I burn momentum, it'll be a strong hit because we've got a lot of momentum. And that wouldn't be bad. She did stealth captain a ship. It's true. So I think what we do is we burn the momentum, which, by the way, would be a strong hit. And this, I think, will get us to a really good spot, right? So we're going to burn all that momentum that we built up. We're going to get one more momentum because we worked with her. And we get to choose something positive out of this, because this is a creepy place. By the way, we should just roll to see where we head. We head to a new zone. This makes sense to me. I just rolled an 89, which is a new zone. And we're going to go to the new zone and find something really good. We can gain progress. Or get cool stuff. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. You know what? We're just going to roll it. We're going to find out where we go from here. We have the opportunity to get way more momentum, or we can leave it. I don't know yet. Okay. Let's, I just want, I wonder if this has the, I don't think it does. Planet, because I'm looking at the derelict oracles, and there are a lot of exciting oracles in here, and it doesn't look like vault. No. Faction, location, theme, miscellaneous. No, I don't think it's there. That's a bummer. It's probably in there somewhere. I'm just rolling for it because I got the book up. We go to a new area. Let's roll via access. A 60. Our trio moves through this place of horror and terror. Crash Jones thought they were going to go find a library, but what they found is some sort of mad person's torture chamber. Strange half-person cyborgs. But in no time, Millie says, "Crash, look at this." She points to an elevator. She touches it, seeming to know the sequence. The door opens. The elevator itself is sleek, but dark. She says, "This will most likely take us to the heart of this place. Come on. I imagine everything we want to know will be here." She steps into the lift. Crash and Emerald follow. The doors close, and down it goes. Down, down. Where will it take them? Where will they end up? We'll roll for it. Operations is where we end up. They go deep into the heart of this strange cube. Millie seemed to know exactly where she's headed, and how, and why. Perhaps that should distress Crash, but he trusts her. He's known her for so long, one of the first people that he met when he came out of suspended animation. Surely, she would not betray him. I rolled, computer core. Love it. Love it. She winds deeper and deeper into this large cube with energy surges bristling every moment until they come upon a large computer core, I suppose, but it looks something like a brain pulsing, a brain large, 5 foot across, covered in electrodes, and surveillance cameras everywhere, looking at everything. Everyone, do we take the momentum? Or do we, no, I think we take the momentum. Because we're only at 3, build ourselves back up to 5. And I'll hit that opportunity button, and Millie Belloq slides over to the strange, pulsing, obscene brain computer core and begins to type on a keyboard as if she's seen this sort of thing before. And after a few moments, strange whirring happens, and the sound, as if something were being printed, and after a moment, she pulls a small card out of a slot. Crash, this is the access card to the Library of the Dead. Well, it's an access card, but the people who worked here were definitely connected to the Library of the Dead, and each of them has some way to get in. When we go there, this will get us access. How did you know all this? Well, I've been around the block once or twice. Come on. Let's look. So, by the way, officially, I took the find an opportunity, and that's going to give us 2 momentum, which we took. We're only at 5 momentum, everybody, and I don't like that as odds. So he says, all right, we've gotten to access pass to something. We've got a possibility. Let's just go. I really don't like this place. And she says, okay. Oh, but what's that over there? And she moves, just frustrating him. Yet again. Strong hit, everybody. Strong hit. She just goes off, not wanting to leave this place. She can't leave it. It's too interesting. And she moves deeper. Crash frustratingly following along. By the way, that's a strong hit. So it's not a matched hit, but it's a strong hit. So I'm going to mark progress. We already get a +1 because we're working with her. I'm going to mark progress, which is 2 boxes. Putting us at 8 out of 10. Millie. Card voice echoes. There's, I'll allow it. She moves deeper, almost as if she knows where she's going, as she studied it, perhaps. So, Millie, have you ever come across anything like this before? No, I've only read about them in ancient texts. Here. They come to a set of doors. She opens them with her cybernetic arm. The doors slide open. And it is a cell. In the cell, there is a medical chair attached to computers with electrodes for someone's head to sit in, like a band. Perhaps this place... Millie, what is this place? I would suspect it's some sort of prison. Not the whole thing, but for dangerous or special guests, I imagine. And look right there. The circuits that would lead into the mind of whatever person would have been trapped here, these are made out of Viridian. Interesting. Why Viridian? Like we learned, like we discovered over on Drinax? Yes. Yes. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, I want to know what was collected from whoever was here. Crash, put this thing on my head. I think if you do, I'll be able to interface with this computer and learn a lot more. I don't know about that, Millie. That seems like a really bad idea. I don't think we should do that. It's dangerous. I don't even know. Anything could happen to you. Come on, pal. We can't do that. We have to. I'm gonna go and roll to finish the expedition, everybody. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna finish the expedition. I don't know if it's a good idea. I feel nervous about it. We've not filled up. If you notice, we've not filled up our entire track. We're at an 8 out of 10. And it's tricky. But what we do is we roll the challenge dice and we compare it to our progress. If that's our number. That's what we do. So I don't like it. I think it's bad. I think it's a bad idea, but that's what Millie wants. She's like into it apparently. So, you know, this is it. Weak hit. 6 versus 8 and 4. We have how much momentum? We have some momentum, but not a lot of momentum. We've got, I think we only have 6. We have 6. So there's nothing we can do about that. Okay. This is it, everybody. Yeah, and you can't use momentum on progress moves anyway. So on a strong hit, we reach our destination and complete our survey. Great. On a weak hit, we do the same thing, but we face an unforeseen complication at the end of our expedition. Make the legacy reward 1 rank lower and envision what you encounter. Well, okay. Okay, everybody. We finished this expedition. This was dangerous, but now it's only going to be troublesome. Oh, gosh. Okay.
Crash Jones places the strange ancient electrodes on Millie Belloq's head, tapping into her temples.
There. Press a sequence of numbers 778110 A B 0.
Crash types in the numbers. And suddenly, the shackles clamp down on Millie, and the electricity surges everywhere. All of a sudden, the entire place lights up green, a Viridian green, as it's clear that the computer's working.
Millie, are you okay? Yes, it's fine. It's fine.
An electricity surge happens. Her body stiffens. She grits her teeth. She seems to be in pain. Crash Jones tries desperately to open things up to stop it, and she just says, "No, let it run its course." There's a strange set of whirring noises, clicking, clicking, clicking. And then everything goes quiet.
Millie, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I think everything will be fine. On the plus side, I have a very good idea of where to find the Library of the Dead. Come on, let's go. Are you sure everything's all right? Do you feel okay? Crash, you worry too much. I've never felt better. Let's go.
And they begin to move away from the heart of this cube. Emerald growls low and suspicious. And as Crash moves forward, Millie turns to Emerald, puts up a finger, and says, "Shh." And the circuitry on her arm glows green, Viridian green.
So, that's good. That's good. That's great. We get a reward, but not much. That one has been finished. We did that. We finished that one. I will just note that we get 1 tick on our progress box, our big progress box, which would be here. Where is it? Creepy music. We'll just go back there. It is on my big here, legacy tracks. This is for discoveries. I get one. Just get one. Just one. That's it. But I also think, by the way, we're at this moment as the trio get back into the ship, having scoured through this Arclight, which seems to be in some ways connected to the Library of the Dead. And they make their way. It is, however, that moment. So there's some things that happen right about now. So we finished the expedition, which was great. We have some great insight. That expedition to the Arclight is done. But we are not done. Yeah, I just took one tick on the legacy track. I did it. I took one tick. I did one. Oh, okay. But we need to go into a little bit of what's the word? Assessment at the end of this moment. So I believe we explored our waypoint, which was great. Bad. It's bad. Okay, all right. So we are at that moment where we have to assess what we've done, how it's gone for us, right? How things have been happening between us. Crash Jones, by the way, rips open the manacles to get her out of there. That's a thing that's important. That happens. So he can get her out. Okay, so let us end a session for today and think about the things we have to do, how this works for us. So when you end a significant session, which we just did, reflect on the events of the game and identify any missed opportunities to mark progress. I think we do have opportunities to mark progress, by the way. If you strengthen your ties to a connection, develop your relationship. Did we do one of the following? Swear a vow to undertake a perilous quest in their service? No. Completing a quest to their benefit? No, it's not a quest. It was an exploration. Leveraging their help in some desperate circumstances. Giving them something of worth. I shared a profound moment. Standing with them against hardship, overcoming a test. I think... I feel like we developed our relationship. What do you think? I think that she got a lot of what she wanted, and Crash helped her get there. I don't know if that's good for Crash, but I feel like we developed a relationship. Which, since we did, we mark progress based on the rank of our relationship. So good old Millie Belloq, here she is, hanging out with us. She is dangerous, which gives us, if I remember correctly, 2 boxes, because troublesome is 3 boxes, dangerous is 2. She is dangerous after all. We get to add 2. Does developing in a negative way count? You know? I'm sure it's fine. Yep. I would argue that I think that we have also reached a milestone on our quest. I feel like Millie and Val would be fast friends. Yeah, I think they would too, as a matter of fact. I really think they would too. I'm sure it'll be great. Yep. So I think we've reached a milestone. I think getting into that cube, exploring it, and getting the passcode and some information about where to find the Library of the Dead, I think that counts as reaching a milestone. So I think that we gained meaningful insight. We absolutely acquired a crucial item or resource. Yeah, I actually think that we did many of these things on our quest, which is to find to find the Library of the Dead to get the book. So I feel like does that seem fair? I feel like that's fair, right? Josh, you should tell me. I think we did. I think we did. And which would mean that we can then retrieve the mysterious book of the damned from Millie Belloq. I believe that is one. I think so. So we have marked one box by going through the Arclight on our quest. My goodness. Okay, so we did that. We marked quest in our vows. We currently have one question though. I feel like that should help us with our expedition to find the Library of the Dead, but maybe not. Certainly that helps us with our quest, which is that vow. Well, I vote those cubes are called the Index. I agree. Those cubes are called the Index. 100%. 100%? Yes. So, did we... Let me go back to reach a milestone. I want to be correct. I don't want to go and cheat. Reach a milestone. Not lose momentum. The Index is very good. I like that. Did we... Where are you? Make a discovery. Forge a bond. Make a connection to help your relationship. Test your relationship. Ooh. Oh. When our relationship is tested through conflict, betrayal, or circumstance, roll heart. That might happen later. Might happen. Just going to note it. Forge a bond. When your relationship with a connection is ready to evolve, roll a challenge dice. Great. Reach a milestone. It's for your quest. I don't think it's a quest, right? I think that trying to finding the Library of the Dead, I don't think is a quest. I just think that's our expedition. I think the quest is getting it. So I do not think we get to add. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this one? 157. We don't get to leave until we decide this one. When you make headway in your quest by doing the following. Nope, I don't think it is. I don't think it counts because the quest is something you swear a vow to. And, well, hold on. The quest is you cannot get this book. I think it should count. I think getting through the Index should count for progress on the expedition because that is actually part of the quest, right? Millie is the key to the library now. She is, which is very good for her, I suppose. So I think we can add one more mark of progress to the Find the Library of the Dead because she now has probably got way too much information for our good. I feel like that's probably bad for us. I mean, no, it's fine. I mean, she's just shady, right? So we've got progress there, so that's great. So if there's a quest, connection, or other situation you would like to give your focus on in the next session, make a note of it and take one momentum. So let's think about that. Is there a quest, connection, or other situation you would like to give your focus to in the next session? I'm going to tell you, Crash Jones is a little worried about Millie's well-being, you know, is a little concerned about her. She has saved his life multiple times. She's helped repair his ship multiple times. She's like a really good pal. She has only ever been absolutely helpful and useful. But this is a little distressing. So I think that he is going to want to focus on his relationship with her. You know, try to figure out if she's okay, how she's doing, you know, if she's okay, how it is. Yeah. So everyone, next session, we are going to try to focus on our relationship with Millie. To find out, you know, if she's okay. But that's going to give us one more momentum, which brings our momentum up to what? Our momentum is now 7. So we have 7 momentum. Next time, 3's companies, 2's a crowd. Yeah, okay. Next time, we're going to focus on our relationship with Millie. Because she's so mysterious. You know what I mean? She doesn't tell us anything, this Millie Belloq, and we should just get to know her better and find out, you know, if everything's okay with that whole weird thing that happened, you know, with the weird electrodes in her brain, weird Viridian electrodes in that weird torture chamber kind of place. Like, I'm sure it is fine. Sure it's fine. So next week we will be back. Hold on. Wait, we gotta do this right. Next week, we shall return for Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead. What does it mean that Millie's cybernetic arm circuitry is now turned Viridian green? Exactly how did Millie know exactly where to find everything in this place? Was it an accident that they were pulled out of jump space right where the Arclight Index was? Or was that her plan all along? What does it mean that she sent those solar flares out that not only they could follow, but so could anyone else? Is our Millie a good pal, or is she up to no good? That's a good question. Or has she been corrupted by the Arclight Index that leads them straight to the Library of the Dead? And indeed, why exactly does she want the Book of the Damned? What secret knowledge might be therein contained? Well, is she a friend or is she a foe? And will Crash Jones crash and burn on the rocks of betrayal? Or is this all a misunderstanding? Everything will be totally fine. Well, we'll just have to find out next week. For part 2 of Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead. Ooh, title suggestion, friend or foe. Okay, everybody. This was this was us. This was us. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm just very like, oh my goodness. So this is my Tuskegee Airman shirt. Friend or fiend? Ooh, friend or fiend. Oh, that's really good. Roller. Snake and Poke's coat, pilot's clothing. So, people, is Millie Belloq a bad guy or is she not a bad guy? I don't know yet. What happens if she's, oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm just like, I want to play more so I can find out, but we can't play until next week. Josh is like, I love all the drama and all the ties to the gambler. Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the ties into the gambler because I didn't plan some of these. Some of these just happened, you know? Are you not sweltering in that coat in this weather? Yes, I am, but I'm just trying to, right? Crown's like, I'm the bad guy. Duh. So this was amazing. Thank you. So, by the way, I imagine we will finish this series, the Library of the Dead, when we get to the library, and then get the book, get the location of the cold iron, and then make that sword. That's what we got to do. That's it. That's what we have to do. This is, however, a formidable. It's formidable. You know how all roads lead to Drinax. We only have 2 more progresses that we need for our sword, but we do actually have to get the. We actually do have to get the book for her because she won't tell us where the cold iron is without it. She says we need it. I don't know what that's all about. Look, I'm sure it is in no way sketchy or weird. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Is it next Friday yet? I need to know. At least we have a +1 momentum. I'm a little worried, everyone. I need a pilot scarf. Okay. Next week. This is what you got. Next week, I am going to. Oh, thank you. Next week, I'm going to upload the JSON of this onto the Patreon. So if you want to hang out in this place, you can. Next week, I'm going to unveil our Crash Jones merch. Very excited for it. We're going to have a poster. We're going to have a Crash Jones poster. Very excited. It's going to be good stuff. I'm going to have to talk to Josh later, not now, but after a couple of weeks for a Library of the Dead poster, because obviously, right? Obviously. I just want posters. Yeah. Trooper, you'll be wearing the pirate shirt here on Sunday. Oh, yes. Oh, so cool. So cool. Yeah, everybody. We're gonna have to. I'm a little hot, and I think it's the jacket, but I also think it's because I'm stressed out because I want to know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, and it is disconcerting. And I don't know if we didn't have any combat this time, which was fine. It's great. We didn't do so badly. We had to have combat, and I'm glad for it. But I'm concerned. I'm concerned. Millie knows too much. She knows how to get into all these places. She's got all this information that she has not shared that she knows. How does she know this? Why does she know stuff? I mean, okay, she's an archaeologist, right? Obviously, she studies these things. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just because she's an archaeologist and that's why she knows these things. But it really looks like she went to the index to gain a lot of secret knowledge that, like, I don't know why she needs all that secret knowledge. And there's a lot of torture going on in the index. This seemed to be like a medical thing. I mean, I just feel a little concerned. And the ship obeys Millie. Like, I have some concerns about what this means, and I suppose we're just gonna find out next week. We're just gonna find out next week. Okay. Millie's the boss. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna. Okay, that's it. I am going to hold on. There might be a thing. There might be a thing here. Give me a second. While we're closing it up. No, that's it. Wait. We're supposed to reflect, right? Angela's the boss. She signed the checks. Tony Danza was not the boss. What a cornucopia of calamity. Thank you so much for the fantastic episode. Thank you. We have Captain Belloq as well. It's true. So, reflecting on the events of the game, she's always been a shady archaeologist, right? And she's still a shady archaeologist. I just don't know. I don't know what it means. And we just have to wait until next week until we can find out. Is this a trap? No, it's not a trap. It can't be a trap. Hey everybody, I'm Trooper SJP. This was amazing. Josh Meehan, by the way, who's right here, did all of the art for this game. And by the way, is that art that I'm looking for? There's this art that is really beautiful that I kept thinking about when we ran into the index, the Arclight Index. Hold on. Is it in the main book or is it only in the reference guide? But I want to show you because it's really, really good. Hold on. I cannot go without showing you Josh's amazing art. By the way, haha, there we are. I'm back. I just need to be in studio mode. Just give me a second. So I have to show you this. I cannot let you all go until you see this this art of that Josh Meehan did because it's so good. The thing also is, and I think this is very cool. Let me see. I want preview reference guide. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Yes. Okay, so Josh actually used the oracles as prompts to create the art. How cool is that, right? So this here, this creepy obelisk with like the amazing runes, that, by the way, was what I was thinking about when I was talking about the Arclight, the Index, the monolith, right? That I was like, oh, I feel like this art that Josh made is inspiring me right now for our index, right? Our Arclight Index. And that is what I was thinking about right there as this like dark, creepy, and look, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to geek out on you just for like 1 second. I don't know if you can see this, but if we zoom in right up there, do you see it? That's kind of a blue-green, sort of weird. There's like some kind of circuitry situations going on here, which feels to me like there just might be a little bit of psionic living rock hanging out somewhere. Oh, okay. Oh, that was amazing. Okay, we've got ourselves kicked off. We're on a journey through space. We might have pirates because there are pirates everywhere. Josh Meehan's art is amazing, and okay. Oh no, I'm gonna want to play this all night. I can't, so we're gonna stop. But what we are gonna do is talk about where you can find me next. And we don't know where this Viridian is from. Terra, Drinax, we don't know. We don't know, do we? I'm Trooper SJP. I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to actually read out any messages we have because that's my favorite part. We have gotten some tips and bits, and I want to read them out. So, first off, we got 100 bits from Stormbender, thank you, who says, oh, my late fee. No worries at all. By the way, I do not know why the scoreboard only works sometimes and not other times. It's quite frustrating. Then we got some new follows. Thank you, new follows. We got some gift subs. Thank you, gift subs. And then Stormbitter closed us off with 100 bits. It says, another great episode of Crash Jones, Space Adventurer. And please remember, this episode of Crash Jones, this serial, Crash Jones and the Library of the Dead, is brought to you by Starbeam Chocolate Milk. It's malted and good for your bones. Also brought to you by GDCO Entertainment, the best entertainment in all of known space. It's good for your cube bones. You can find me, what is today? Today is Friday. Tomorrow at noon, I will be streaming The Outer Worlds. because I will be, and I'm very excited about it. And then I hope I will not be late. I don't think I will be. But I do want to get my bike ride in before, because then I'll be, modding Gen Con all night. So there's that. And then Sunday, there's no RPGs. Monday, you can find me over at Wandering DM's channel at 8:30 p.m. for Montreal by Night, which will be our season finale. And I believe that you will see my face, my character's face. I cannot, unless people stall. If people stall, then maybe not. But I cannot believe you will not see my character's face on Monday and see what my character's looking like right now. And so all of those weeks of wearing makeup and waiting for the moment when it would happen, I hope it will happen. And Krill is still waiting for practically the finale of Carousel Court up so you can watch it. Oh, yes, that makes sense. Yes. Oh, Krellin. Oh, yeah. And then Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern over on my channel, Trooper SJP, will be episode 6 of Motor City Hollow Crown. I have to talk to them about makeup episodes so we can get there. Has Vin acknowledged the plot twist from Tuesday yet? Not yet. And then Gen Con will be done. So you'll see me again next week, Thursday, for Disco Elysium. And then next Friday, here for part 2 of Crash Jones, Space Adventurer, and the Library of the Dead. Y'all, I feel like the experiments that were happening in the Index, the Arclight Index, are the same experiments that Baron Merrymore was doing in his secret lab. I feel like they're the same experiments. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you there's something really bad going on there. This cube is like super old. It's like millennial old. I'm just very concerned. That's all. That's it. I'm just very concerned. It'll be fine. You know what will make me less concerned? Will make me feel better? If we can raid someone, that'll make me feel much better. I will feel less concerned about all of that. Let's just see if there's someone we can raid. Right now, somebody who could use a good raid. I see how excited you are about this. Please try to sleep at some point. I will. Some warm Starbeam chocolate. That would be really good. I just want it. Where are my followers, by the way? Followers list. Let's see if somebody's up. And if they are, we will follow them. And this does not help me. People, I want to raid someone. To, share the love. Can I offer friends Exandria D&D game? Ooh. I'm looking for my... Ooh, what is this? Let's see. Let us see. Hey, yes. Okay, so TGI D&D has only 4 people watching it right now, which means we're going to raid them. And we're going to give them love, because I think it's really important to give love to fellow small channels. That will make me super, super happy. It'll make me feel like I've done good things. So let's do it. We are going to raid TGI D&D, and remember our raid command, right? Because that's what we're going to do. 4 people is still over the meeting. It is, actually. So I'm going to take us out. We're going to do our credits so we can see all the amazing things. I want to give a special shout out to our sponsors, KY Hawkeye and Will TW. By the way, in the break, I played Josh Meehan's sponsor ad, even though he's not currently a sponsor, because I just love it so much. So I just play that anyway as a bonus. But I want to thank our sponsors, Will TW and KY Hawkeye, for sponsoring the channel. It helps me pay for the cast, and it is much appreciated. And so... thank you. You can find me, at Academic Foxhole on Patreon. And on Twitter, Trooper SJP on the blue thing or whatever it is, and here and also on YouTube. And I'm going to go to credits. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much. And when the credits are done, we're going to go and raid TGI D&D. So everyone, catch you on the flip side. Drink your Starbeam chocolate milk.